Good evening. My name is Jack Dearborn. This is I'm Chairman of the Zoning Board of Adjustments. This is, I grabbed the wrong one. I got March 1st. June 7th. 7:30 meeting. We have one case, we actually have a continued rehearing, a request for rehearing for case number 03-2022 Highlands Farm and Forest Acquisitions. And this was continued from last month because we received a sort of a rebuttal for the request for rehearing from the applicant's counsel. So, you can have that back now. Thank you. So, a rehearing basically is we consider the merits of the letter, and there was a letter provided us by an abutter, Kevin Cahill, and his wife Jill. And so we would consider that last month, and then we got this request for denying it. Objection to the motion for rehearing, to be precise, for case 03-2022. So, whenever we get any rehearings, my practice and the board's has been, we automatically send it to our town council for two reasons. One is, see if we have a due process problem that could blow up in our face should it go to court. Or see if we hit the merit of the case and we documented the case well enough to be defended if it goes to court. So, that being the case, we got a response back from town council. And one of the things I asked her, I said, please review the case to see if the Article 3.5 variance was actually a variance. And what I mean by that is, typically a variance requests a relaxation of the zoning. And if you scrub all the way through, only on question 5AI has only reference to 5.3.
3.5.
3.5. And that reference basically says 5351, 532, and 533 are basically compliant. Well, as I look after the fact, I asked her, I says, is this actually a variance? Then I went and did some checking, and to my knowledge, I asked twice, and I got the same answer. Whether the map was complete or not, whether the wetlands were complete or not, that application never went through the building department to score it for compliance to zoning for setbacks, be it sidelines, front lines, well radiuses, septic, and wetlands. So, if it hadn't gone through there, this is up to the building department's business, but they're still gonna score that. So basically, for myself anyway speaking, I got kind of wrapped up on the wetlands not being appropriate for a 1711, and we probably should have nixed the 3.5 and basically said it was irrelevant. So, I couldn't say that at the last meeting because we don't open the meeting, and I can't speak outside the meeting. So we took consideration, passed the information that the objection to the rehearing to the town council. And basically her position is rescind 3.5 in terms of voting. The way to do that simply is vote down the rehearing request. The applicant still needs to get a building permit. To get a building permit, the building inspector or whoever's in the building, whoever issues building permits, will have to score the documentation. Now, I know there's been a lot of hearsay on work on wetlands and setbacks and all this kind of stuff. So, should after all that gets to his desk, be it Romy, and if he finds that there is an encroachment to a setback, he would fail the application pending a variance to correct it. Applicant then has to come back and file for file for variance, and the board will consider it based on the 5 points of hardship. So, we'll do this without prejudice, meaning you can come back. So, basically, processing of this application missed a step. I think people recognize 1711 appropriately, and it was done appropriately. 3.5 kind of didn't follow. If 3.5, see, I don't even know why they picked 3.5, to be honest with you, other than it speaks about non-conforming lots. What that does is, if you meet the conditions, it grants you relief from 50 and 25 feet to 30 and 15, if you meet the conditions. So it isn't like you asked for any relief, or I should say, no relief was asked. So I'm not sure if anybody's gonna be happy. Some people might be happy, some people may not. But I think in the best interest of the town, I guess at this point, I'd like to request a rehearing, motion to accept the rehearing. We always do it in the positive, which means if you like to do a rehearing, you vote yes. And if you like not to do a rehearing, you vote no. So, could I have a motion to accept the rehearing, pass the rehearing?
Move to accept the rehearing request.
Thank you.
Second that.
Okay. Motion made and second. Discussion at this point.
I think, for me, you're right, it was probably an oversight of the board, but even in the meeting in March, when we heard this case, it was pretty clear that there was no request in the application for any kind of relief from section 3.5 of the zoning. And surely none was granted by the board that night. So the request for a rehearing, in my opinion, is asking for a rehearing based off something that we didn't grant, so I don't think it's needed. I don't think it's required at this point. Like Jack mentioned, when it comes time to build a building, if any of the setbacks are violated, then obviously that'll be another reason to come back to the zoning board and hear that case individually. But for right now, based off what we have, I don't think there's any need.
Because my basic understanding in rereading it and having contemplated this is that there was no relief asked for. There were statements about 3.5, but no relief asked for. So we didn't grant anything on it.
I'm clear on how, it's just unfortunate that it's taken some time.
Well, I think this is okay to combine variances together for a case. We do it quite often. We got distracted on 1711. We all recognize the shortcoming of 3.5. We should have.
But the building department didn't send them here for 3.5.
No, they didn't.
So that's what was skipped.
Well, yes, and I'm not making excuses, but
No.
I didn't know that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I guess I get distracted on the discussion of wetlands and 1711, which is absolutely processed correctly. And as far as 1711. So, to that end, if you want to rehear it, you vote yes. And if you do not want, Malcolm, you got something to say? I want to make sure.
Say no.
Okay, thank you. Okay, is there any other discussion? Being none, all those in favor of the rehearing, say aye.
No,
Okay. Those opposed? Mark?
no.
Bobby?
Opposed.
Jack? No?
No.
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 And just to make sure we do cleanup at the end, Mark, your name, please?
Oh. Mark Moretti, member.
Bobby Joe Plamondon, member.
Michael Meyer, member.
Malcolm Wright, member.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. It's a good explanation.
Hate to say it, but it's gonna start at the beginning again. And as far as anything to do with which wetland is what, Romeo's gonna have to wrangle that, okay? And there is procedures and relief for that within the building department. And should a variance be required based on Romy's or building department's issuance of a building permit, then we will process without prejudice, meaning we didn't turn it down and say, don't ever come back again. So, okay?
Yeah, but
That's it.
okay.
Anticlimactic.
Now you have minutes to do,
I think we got minutes.
one set of minutes.
Where's my little envelope?
Thank you.
There we go.
I do have a question while you're getting that out. You do have an application for one for next month. The first Tuesday is the 5th. Do you want to bump to
Oh,
the
let's
12th like you always
kick-
do?
Let's
Yeah,
kick
I
it to the
won't be here
12th
on
for the
the
posting, yes.
Okay, I just want to make
Yes,
sure.
You know, matter of fact,
I said I
how
would
about
ask.
September? How are we doing?
September
on-
sounds great.
Hang
How
on.
about Labor Day? We have to kick the can on that one too?
If you have any applications, you can, if that's what you want to do.
Okay, let's make sure we do that.
You do have one for July, but I explained that I would have to ask if it's going to be the 5th or the 12th when the applicant applied, because it wasn't. I
Do the
didn't.
12.
Okay.
Because once you post it,
Yep.
it's,
Well, I wanted to verify, because I don't want to
Sure.
post it, have no quorum, and then continue another month.
feel free to make that command decision in the future.
I will from now on, now I know that.
Because we usually try not to screw up 4th of July,
Yeah, that's a week that people gone.
Memorial
I'm
Day,
always
4th of
gone.
July, Labor Day, and New Year's. We try to kick it to the second week,
Yeah.
if it makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, minutes.
That was just your, oh yeah, 86 Reservoir Drive.
Did you ask how the property's being emptied?
How long it's been empty.
It says been, okay.
Did I misread that?
Yeah, that's okay. How long the property's been empty? And what was this approving about, is this approving about the public large other boards, none being there? I don't understand that. Because we even got into the.
Being done. You went around to the second time. Is that what you mean?
Well, it was right after he gave his little spiel, he sat down. And then we had this, did we back up the bus?
I'm not sure where you are.
Well, that time there wasn't anybody here. He was
Yeah,
here
my-
by himself.
Yeah, but I'm saying, we do that at the decision. Oh, I'm sorry, no, you're correct. Okay, I thought I was in the discussion area, sorry. We're good.
Yeah.
Let me just check here. I'm good.
Move to accept the May 3rd zoning board of adjustment meeting minutes as written.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion? Being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We done, Naomi?
Your last motion of the night.
Okay,
One more.
We got one what?
Move to adjourn.
Motion.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm ready for that.
Mike
You helped
moved.
me out.
Give a second.
2 seconds.
I'll second.
Thank you.
All right, and then you can hit this one.
We're adjourned.
Yeah.